The text message came at 5:42 p.m. Daniel saw the notification flash on his screen with his sister's name, Emily, and the words, "Can we talk? It's important." He told himself he would check it in a moment. But a moment stretched into an hour, and an hour became the evening. He had gotten used to ignoring things that felt emotional or heavy. He had work emails to finish, a tired body to drag home, and a habit of telling himself that anything personal could wait. He loved his sister, but he had become someone who believed that tomorrow was guaranteed. Emily, 25, gentle-hearted and too trusting for her own safety, had never stopped reaching out. Even when he responded late. Even when he canceled plans. Even when they went months without seeing each other, though they lived only 15 minutes apart. She had always believed in fixing things, talking things through, staying close. She didn't know how to give up on people. But that day, something had changed. She had been seeing someone who seemed charming at first, someone who knew how to say the right things. For weeks, her messages to her friends grew shorter, her energy dimmer, her smile strained. She didn't tell Daniel any of it. Maybe she didn't want to worry him. Maybe she thought she could handle it. Maybe she didn't realize it was danger until it was too late. At 9:17 p.m., Daniel's phone rang. Unknown number. He let it ring. It rang again. He answered. "Is this Daniel Harris?" The voice was steady but heavy. "Yes. This is Officer Lang with the 14th Precinct. We need you to come to County Hospital regarding your sister, Emily." The world did not collapse all at once. It tightened. Every sound sharpened. Every breath felt borrowed. "What happened?" he asked, but the officer only said, "Please come as soon as possible." The drive through the wet streets was a blur of red lights and panicked heartbeat. The hospital smelled like disinfectant and quiet suffering. A doctor explained that Emily had been found unconscious in her apartment. A struggle. Signs of forced entry. Neighbors had heard something and called for help. The details were sharp but distant, like glass he couldn't hold. When Daniel was finally led to her room, he saw her small frame lying under thin white blankets, skin pale, and 4 taped to her arm, a bruise darkening along her cheekbone. He sat beside her. He didn't cry at first. Shock can be an anesthetic. He opened his phone and saw the message again. "Can we talk? It's important." He tapped it open and forced himself to read the next line. "I think I made a mistake. I'm scared." His chest tightened with a slow, painful pressure. He thought back to their childhood. Running through sprinklers in summer. Sharing secrets under blankets at night. Promising never to leave each other behind. He remembered the version of himself who would have dropped everything for her. When had he stopped being that person? A detective came to speak to him. Emily had been in contact with a man named Tyler. There were messages showing arguments, apologies, controlling words disguised as affection. He didn't listen when she tried to leave. He had a key. The police had already started searching for him. They said Daniel could go home. He stayed. He held her hand even though she could not hold his back. He watched the machines breathe for her. In the quiet hours before dawn, the guilt sat beside him like a shadow he couldn't shake. He whispered to her, though she could not hear him, "I'm here. I should have been here sooner. I'm so sorry." On the 4th morning, Emily opened her eyes. Weak. Tired. But alive. She looked at him for a long moment, like she wasn't sure if he was real. "You came," she whispered. Those 2 words broke something inside him. "I'm here," he said. His voice cracked. "I won't leave again." Her eyes filled, but her tears didn't fall. She was already too drained to cry. She squeezed his hand, small and fragile, but full of meaning. She didn't say she forgave him. She didn't need to. Forgiveness was in the touch. Recovery was slow. Some days she shook when the doorbell rang. Some nights she woke up gasping from memories she couldn't control. Daniel drove her to appointments, to the grocery store, to quiet parks where they sat on benches and watched the world continue as if nothing had happened. He started noticing things he had ignored before. The sound of her laugh when it finally came back. The way she held her coffee cup with both hands like warmth was something she had to hold to stay steady. The way she leaned slightly toward him when she felt unsure, trusting he was finally present. He learned her favorite songs again. He remembered her birthday without checking his calendar. He showed up. Not out of guilt anymore, but out of love. The kind of love that requires effort, not just sentiment. One evening months later, they sat on her balcony watching the sunset fade into dark. Emily said softly, "I almost didn't send that message. I thought you were too busy." Daniel felt a deep ache. "I was never too busy. I was just careless with time." She nodded, understanding more than he said. They sat in silence. The kind that doesn't need filling. The kind that says we are here now, and that is enough. Daniel keeps the message on his phone. He never deletes it. Not as a wound, but as a reminder. A reminder that the most important moments often look ordinary. A reminder that one ignored message can change a life. And one answered one can save it. Life does not always give us loud warnings. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it taps gently. Sometimes it asks, "Can we talk?" It's important. And we must learn to listen. Because the difference between being there and being too late is often only one moment. One choice. One response. Never wait to say, "I'm here." Never wait to show love. Never wait to answer. Now is the only time we are promised.